It's one of the newer faces of warfare.
Roger, we're safe.
Here at the Yakima Training Center, the 17th Brigade Thunderbolts are working with state-of-the-art weaponry.
First round 30, Black 930.
While the front lines are historically reserved for troops in tanks or Humvees, the M142 HIMARS hang back, ready to clear a path.
Everyone's a kid at heart. Everyone remembers the model rockets that they saw and just that moment of amazement. And every time I shoot, I'm still that little kid.
First Sergeant Nicholas Klein is filled with memories, some better than others. He's seen combat twice in Fallujah, Iraq, and has fired this weapon hundreds of times.
Just a lot of ISIS targets and stuff like that. The building's known to be used by ISIS.
It can strike 50 miles away.
4-1, receive fire mission.
And with its computer-guided rockets, the HIMARS can open a lot of doors for troops trying to gain ground, especially at mid-range.
If a target needs to be neutralized in the middle of the night, we can do it to the specific bedroom or the specific car that they're driving.
So where things get interesting is when the Army and the Air Force combine forces. When you take the firepower of the HIMARS and you put it on a C-17, well, then you have a weapon you can quickly deploy right to the enemy's doorstep.
You could fly that into a remote location and then fire 350 kilometers from there. That's a strategic capability that the majority of armies in the world, they don't have.
When you share a base with the 62nd Airlift Wing, today the 4th Squadron's on deck, the C-17 becomes a tactical taxi of sorts. The joint effort is called High Rain, or HIMARS Rapid Infiltration.
It's like going camping, right? So you take all your stuff, you load it in your van, and then you drive away, and then we set up somewhere, and then you get back on and you drive away. It's similar to that in concept, in a gross oversimplification.
101 and 202. Hello. MGs. Negative. 2, 4, 5.
A High Rain mission might take weeks to plan once a target is chosen. Before any flight, it's time to make weight.
This is all chumps.
Every soldier hitching a ride steps on a scale with all their gear. Every pound is accounted for. Then off to the ITD to saddle up.
Let's go!
And move out. With 2 HIMARS vehicles, it's a tight squeeze. During a real High Rain mission, they would back in, ready to race off the plane as soon as the cargo bay door opened. It would look like this. Both crews would quickly set up, then fire their rockets at the target, race back onto the plane, and hightail it out of hostile territory before the enemy had a chance to retaliate.
Warfare, just like World War II movies, it's probably not going to look like that anymore. It might look like a lot of guys sitting behind computer screens. Anytime we can put something with GPS or precision-guided capability anywhere in the world, it really serves as a deterrent.
The projection of power, something he says is invaluable.
Always prepared to deploy and win our nation's battles, whenever the nation should call.